What's up, everybody? It's your boy Cam's Garage coming back at you with another tip to help you out on four-wheelers. We got the Yamaha Bear Tracker 250 2002. Sorry, my daughter's out here playing around too. So what we're gonna do is the pull string mechanism, and we are going to attach another string because this one broke. So what we do is, I've already removed the old string. This is kind of old and no good. So we're gonna be installing the new string, which this is just simple string that you can buy from any hardware store or any other store. All you have to do is go into a store and get you some rope. I like to use the stuff that's rated for people when they're hanging like hammocks up or something like that. You want the little thin stuff that's rated for some decent weight, because there's a lot of compression in this four-wheeler. So when you go yanking on that pull cord, if you got really thin, not good rated rope to say, then it's just gonna pop. Then you're gonna be doing the same thing over and over, and believe me, I've done it about 6 times now, so it gets really annoying. So hopefully we're gonna solve that here with the good string that we ordered off of Amazon. So first things first is you're gonna take your string. What I like to do is I just tie a simple knot at the end, leave myself about 2 inches right here, and then I tie another knot right there with it, so I double up. It's just a double knot. That's gonna stop it right here. When you put it up through there, you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute, but when you put it up through there, it's gonna come to a stop right there, and then that's gonna allow you to let this thing go and retract back up, and then you'll have what you need, and I'll show you how to tie the top on and all that good stuff. Now, to the people out there that know how to do this, kudos to you. That's awesome. For the people that don't quite know how to do this, or just looking for tips to help yourself and things like that, this video is really meant for you. So alright, so what we're gonna do here, as you can see, see if I can get this in the picture. When you move it one way, it is going to push these little prongs out. These prongs right here, they're gonna come out. When you push it the other way, they retract. As you can see there, push and they come out, they retract. They come out, they retract. Alright, so when you wind this thing up, you are gonna wind it the way that they pull out. So you're gonna start your wind like that, and you're gonna get about 6 revolutions on it. You don't really need a whole lot more than that. The way I like to do it is mark it with a marker, and I'll show you guys. Alright, so you can do this very simple. What I did was I grabbed a piece of tape and put it right here, but you can get a marker and mark it however you want to do it, to each his own on that. So what I like to do is start my hole that my string is going to go up through is right here. I know you guys can't really see it, but it's, you know, it's right here, and then it goes up through the top of the case where the handle sits right here. So what we're gonna do, start right there, and again we're gonna push it the way that the teeth come out. You want them to come out, because once you get it all wound up and you put your string through and everything, when you let it go, it's gonna go the opposite way to wind the rope up, and then when you pull, it'll move and the teeth will come out again. That's what you want, the teeth to come out, make contact with that flywheel and start the motor, and then they'll retract on its own and do all that good stuff on its own. So what you're gonna do is go ahead and wind it up. You want about 6 revolutions. That's why we put the tape there. That's 1. Go around again. This makes 2, and this is gonna get harder and harder due to that the coil in the bottom. So it's gonna get harder and harder as you go around. There's 3, there's 4, and there's 5, Now I do 6. Some people do 8, you know, however many you think, but I think 6 is plenty, considering when you pull, you're only going to pull about 3 foot out. So 6 should be enough for about 3 foot, give or take, on that. But then you're going to end with your little hole, and you've got to hold this thing, because if you let it go, as you can see, when I try to let it go, it goes back. That's the whole point. So you've got to hold this thing in place right here. And you're going to take your string, you're going to leave your knot at the bottom. This is why I do it this way. Then I feed my string up through that little hole, and you'll see it kind of coming out at the top right there. You're going to hold it in, you're going to grab it, and then you're going to feed it again through this hole that comes out the top of the case, and you're going to pull that string all the way until the last little bit goes in there and it stops. And that's what we want right there. And then this excess string you can just tuck down in the groove right there. As you can see, I'm trying to do the best I can with the light that I have. And then now, once you have that, you're going to hold this string and you're going to release this. And I'm trying to show you on camera. When you hold the string, as you start releasing some string in, it'll wind itself up. And you can see how much string it's taken in. That's quite a bit of string. So now we have our pull starter that has more than enough pull rope to get your four-wheeler started. So, but now you have it wound up. So we're done with that part. Next comes getting the handle on. Alright, so next we're going to take our string that we've got already wound up. You can take your piece of tape off now. You don't need that anymore. So then you're going to take your rope and you're going to cut your rope and you want to let this thing fully relax. And then you're going to take about 3 inches or so and you'll cut it off. But you want enough, that way you can tie a knot in the handle of it. So there's the rest of the rope right there. We're done with that. Now you're going to take your handle right here and you're going to take your pull start mechanism and you're going to feed the rope up through. Sometimes it doesn't like to work with you, so just have patience. Of course, when you have kids, you'll figure out what patience really is. But so there we go. Now we have and you're gonna have your handle fully seated on the Yamaha cover. You still have a little bit out of it. So what I like to do is I like to take it and you're going to pull some tension in it. As you can see, pull a little bit of tension and then tie your knot down here. So then when it comes back to rest, it stops and there's tension. Otherwise, your little handle is going to be hanging from the case when you get done pulling it. And you don't want that because then it gets in the way of your feet and all that other good stuff. So we're going to seat our handle in there like so. Then we are going to pull a little bit out. And I think that's enough tension. So then we'll take, on the bear tracker, they give you this little thing that goes inside the handle. So that's what you're going to feed up. You're going to feed that rope up through. That's what kind of holds it for you. So once you get that through, like so, then you can kind of let it all just rest like that. And you're going to pull a little bit of string up and grab it. And again, we're gonna double down with our knot. So take it, pull it tight, and then come up. We're gonna double down, so we make another knot. And really, it doesn't matter whether you go above or below that knot. You just want it all to be tight and all of it to have no slack, so the thing is not laying by your foot at the end. So now you can see if we let this go back, it's gonna grab right there, and that's what we want. So now for the bear tracker, you're gonna take this and you're gonna feed it back in, kind of shove it down in there. You have to play with it a little bit. But now, when you put it back down in there, your rope's there, your handle's up here. When you pull start it, it brings it back and it's on there. So you pull it, let go, it goes back. That's what you want right there. Then the rest is easy. All you do is bolt it on there, and then you pull it and test it out. Make sure that the teeth are coming out as you pull. Those teeth are coming out. When you let go, they're retracting. And that's what you need right there. So, like I said, easy little pull start thing. That's the easiest way that I figured out how to do it. Some of them have a little spot where you can clip a pair of vice grips on the inside of this lip somehow, and it'll hold against the case and it won't move. That way you can use two hands while you're feeding your rope in. But it's not very hard to do. As you can see, I've done it while recording myself with one hand. It's not very hard. Anybody can do it. So yeah, that's about it. I appreciate everybody for watching, and have any questions or anything like that, drop it down in the comments, and I'll do my best to get to you and answer your questions. I thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. All right, you guys have a good rest of your day or night. Peace.